I oppose this amendment, and I want to recall that it was early in this very hearing that my colleague, Mr. Bridenstine, said something to the effect that energy security is American security. I couldn't agree with him more with respect, even with respect to natural gas, which was that topic. But I dispute the idea that it's the bureaucrats that are driving this policy. When I was first a member of this committee, I was visited by the commandant who wanted to meet all the junior members of the committee. Brought a bunch of generals with him, and there sat the Marine brass in my office saying that they wanted to talk to me about solar energy. Well, the reason they wanted to talk to me about solar energy was not because they were tree huggers. It's because one of the most dangerous things we do is move large amounts of petroleum across the desert. When those convoys are attacked, we lose soldiers and we lose Marines. As a consequence of that, we spend a lot of effort and personnel and money protecting those convoys. So he's learned to power his bunkers with solar panels. He's learned to, he's put solar panels on backpacks to power small appliances, which parenthetically weigh less than the batteries the troops used to have to carry. And it's the same with the Navy. The Navy was tired of price spikes in world oil prices, which we will see again. And every time the price spiked in oil, they had to reorient their entire mission. So the reason they bought 210 megawatts of solar energy to power half the Marine and naval bases on the West Coast wasn't because they were trying to do a good thing. They were trying to meet the business case for solar energy that would protect them from these price spikes. That's why they're pursuing advanced biofuels. We launched the first ship off of Coronado in the Green Fleet, powered in part by beef fat. There are every number of examples of trying to maximize resiliency, to shelter us as a fighting force from these price spikes and from dependence for supply on people that we would want not to depend on. In fact, often who we consider adversaries. And so I think there's every reason to pursue the wise leadership of the Navy and the Marines on terms of energy innovation. Energy security is American security. And this is part of it as much as fossil fuels, and I think increasingly we've seen that it's more important than fossil fuels, that this kind of innovation is really critical to the warfighter. So I think it's a bad amendment, it's a bad idea, and I oppose it. I urge my colleagues to do the same and yield back.